Coming up on Laker Update.
Mr. Avery talks about stress for 60 seconds.
Also ahead, do you know about the new YouTube policies? Ryan Shippey has more.
But first, find out what West Bloomfield students' New Year's resolutions are going into the new decade. Laker Update starts now. Good morning, Lakers. Today is Thursday, December 19th.
And this is your live Laker Update.
As the end of the year soon approaches, there are many things to look back on as well as look forward to as the new decade inspires reflection and hope. Reporter Mariana Lopez brings us more on what students and staff will remember from these past years and what they wish to accomplish in this upcoming decade.
Of this decade were, and what they look forward into the new 2020 year.
I think I'll remember the most the movies because they were like really good, especially the Disney ones, and just hanging out with my friends and having a lot of free time.
Just waking up in the morning on Sundays and eating breakfast with my dad and my brother, and we watch like the Avatar and Danny Phantom and like all types of Nickelodeon shows, and it's just fun.
Yeah, the shows like iCarly and Victorious.
So I think that the most important thing I remember from the 2010s is working with Mr. Watson as principal here at the high school. It has just been an amazing experience seeing this school go from somewhere that was a lot harder to work to a place where people look forward to coming to school at.
I will remember going to camp the most because it's what I've been doing for the past 5 summers, and it's really meaningful.
I'll for sure remember the music. There's a lot of good songs and different stuff that came out this year and this decade.
The new upcoming decade allows for a fresh start, full of new memories and challenges. Enjoy your last week of school of the decade. This is Mariana Lopez reporting for your Laker Update.
With new restrictions on YouTube's service on making the app less child-friendly, lawsuits have been made on YouTubers that target the young. Reporter Ryan Shippey brings you more on these events.
YouTube has made an oopsie. You may have heard about the recent YouTube and COPA lawsuit, and we are here to explain the details. On September 4th, 2019, Google and YouTube were fined $170 million for illegally collecting data of children under the age of 13. YouTube violated the COPA Act, which stands for Children Online Privacy Protection Act. Along with paying the fine, YouTube has also agreed to place restrictions on their content creating community. On Tuesday, November 12th, YouTube announced their plans for the future. Content creators will now be forced to say whether their content is directed towards children or not. And even if the creators check the boxes as not directed towards children, the FTC can still decide for them. The disadvantages of having your videos marked as child-friendly can consist of not allowing creators to view their comments, video statistics, or even get monetized. Do you agree with the new YouTube guidelines?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely when it's related to children content. I feel like for a long time, the children content makers of YouTube have really tried to market themselves in a way that is not even acceptable, I think, on a moral standpoint, definitely not on an ethical standpoint. And definitely as a business, it may be beneficial to market like that, but I think it's very misleading, and I'm very happy that they're cracking down on it.
I do not.
Do you think this will change the way you use YouTube?
Oh, not me personally, but definitely for the content creators that are more directed towards children. I feel like they have a lot more scrutiny right now, and I feel like they're really going to have to change their ways.
I think it will not really change the way I watch it, but it will really affect the creators because it really changes the way that their content gets to different people and whether they're going to get paid or not.
How do you think YouTubers will follow these rules?
Oh, I think that there's definitely going to be some backlash at first. With any new change, there's always some people that aren't going to want to conform to the new rules. And I think that those people are going to be singled out, and I think that they are going to be made an example of. And I feel like it's kind of like justice is finally going to fall upon the people who have been misleading kids and advertising them without any recourse for years and years. And I feel like it's finally time that we acknowledge that this has been happening and really crack down on the people who have been misguiding kids.
Okay, thank you.
I really think they'll just try and push back against them. I really don't think that they like it very much.
So far, we've heard many different opinions from students, and on January 1st, 2020, these rules will finally come into play and we will start seeing how they affect people. This is Ryan Shippey reporting for Laker Update.
Dealing with stress lately? Mr. Avery is here on the next 60 seconds talking about stress. "60 Seconds is a platform for teachers to talk about whatever they want for 60 seconds. Today we talked to Mr. Avery about levels of stress. Let's see what he has to say.
All right, so I think what I want to talk about is stress. I see stress all over the place in students and adults, and I think one of the reasons that we see so much stress is because we're all chasing all these different things in life that we're trying to keep up with. And in reality, if we would all just set one goal and try to pursue that goal, things would be a lot simpler. So looking at students, right now the world is wide open to you, and there's all these different people trying to tell you what you're supposed to do and what you're supposed to be. So what I would suggest is you figure out what you want to do and what you want to focus your attention on, and if you do that and you set a goal on how you want to actually achieve that, I'm guessing that a lot of the stress in your world is going to go down, because you'll realize that instead of focusing on all this, you can just focus on that. And by focusing on just that and knowing that all this doesn't matter nearly as much as you might think it does right now, you'll get somewhere and it'll be easier. So remember, identify a goal and use that as your driving purpose every day. You'll see your stress level go down and your achievement go up.
Have an ugly sweater that you haven't been able to use? Well, now is the time to put it to use, as student leadership will be sponsoring Laker Lotto, where you can be entered into a raffle for a gift card tomorrow during all lunches.
Freshmen have the chance to choose their new student government representative by January 8th. The Google form is in your student email. You get to choose 7 candidates, so make sure to vote so your voice can be heard. Seniors have received a Google form in their student Gmail asking how you want your name written on your high school diploma. Make sure you submit your answer by January 10th so it can be received prior to the conceivement ceremony.
Want to see your shining pearly whites in the yearbook? Then make sure to order your copy for $80 during lunch today. They will discontinue yearbook sales towards the end of January.
Come test your knowledge at Trivia Club. The club will be having a meeting today after school in room 607, Mr. Toy's room. The club will be playing a Jeopardy game involving some holiday trivia.
As the end of 2019 is soon approaching, the AAA Club will be holding their final meeting of the year today after school at 2:30 in room 646. They invite you to reflect during the Kwanzaa holiday and hope to see you there.
Weather and sports is coming up next.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Light up someone's holiday this season.
With winter here and temperatures getting cold, it is only a matter of time until snow falls. So how could you be safe for the winter? Well, for starters, you could put on a coat instead of going out with your hoodie. Yeah, be sure to bundle up safe and warm. Not to mention, when starting your car in the morning, make sure you let your car warm up for 9 minutes, as the oil is thick and cold, so that starting your engine early and then driving will ultimately lead to your car having problems. So stay safe, and be sure to keep warm. Merry Christmas, Lakers.
The weather sure has been chilly lately.
Indeed, it has been, Elizabeth. We even got a little dusting of snow weather. Ryan Jones, Holly, brings you weather forecast today.
Good morning, Lakers. Today, it is 15 degrees with a dew point of 5 degrees, humidity of 73%, and the wind speed is calm. The high is 32 and the low is 15. The average is 48 and the lowest is 31. Then, oh my God, the record is 45 and the lowest is 5. On Thursday, it is 15. Friday, 35. Saturday, 44. Sunday, 45. And Monday is 44.
Our sports have been doing incredible lately. A big thanks to the support of the student section.
Reporter Joe Paskowitz keeps you updated on how your sports have been doing today.
Good morning, Lakers. Here is your sports for today. At 4, boys freshman basketball team will be playing at Cass Technical High School. At 6, boys junior varsity will also play at Cass Technical High School. And finally, boys varsity hockey will play at 6:30. Come out and support your fellow Lakers. Back to you, Elizabeth and Tommy.
Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for watching at Laker Update.
You can connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and LakerUpdate.com.
Have a great day, Lakers.